You see one thing in a way, and some minutes after, you are different. So art is nature.
Thrilled to be joined by our friend Lluís Claret, professor of cello at New England Conservatory and the Liceo Conservatory of Barcelona. And we're here to talk a little bit about Pablo Casals, which is a cellist, obviously a role model for every musician in the world, I think it's fair to say. And you, Lluís Claret, have a very interesting, close, personal relationship to Casals, to the legacy. I just think it would be interesting for us to talk a little bit about, first of all, how you got to know this great musician, this great man, and then we can talk a bit about his legacy and obviously the kind of aspirational message that his music making carries today also.
Yeah, the relationship between Casals and my family started when my parents, who both were on exile in France when Franco, the dictator, won the Spanish Civil War. They met Casals there as a group of Catalan people who were in the south of France, writers, artists, exiled politicians, exiled there, and they met. And Casals and my father became very good friends. And when the Second World War ended, my father helped Casals to play concerts to get money for the children who have lost their parents for during the war, or in Germany because they were in the concentration camps. So this friendship, actually the friendship was even stronger because during the Second World War, my father was hiding some Jewish friends at home. He was caught by Gestapo and he was brought to the Perpignan prison, waiting there for a squadron to came overnight to kill him. And he became quite ill in the prison, and Casals saved his life because he convinced the Germans that my father was going to die and let him die at home. Of course, the Germans, they respected Casals, they know who he was, and okay, they agree on that. So actually, Casals saved my father's life with this. So this friendship was all till Casals' death. And when I have the letter when I was born with my twin brother, where my father asked Casals if he would like to be the godfather of one of the two twins. And I have the Casals letter answering my father saying, yes, I accept to be the godfather. Of course, being the godson of Casals, and I remember in Andorra, where we were born, we had small recordings of Casals playing the Nana de Falla, Song of the Birds, short pieces. And this sound was in my mind, and of course my parents were talking very often about Casals the musician, Casals the man, the humanist, fighting for peace, fighting for people, and I think that was who inspired inside me this attraction for what the cello was, this sound and this capacity to communicate. And then I met Casals first time when I was about 10 years old. I just started the cello at 9 years, and my father brought my brother and me to Prague to meet the maestro. Of course, we were very shy, and we met him. Of course, we were small kids. But later on, during the Casals festival, we went there to listen to the concerts. And I remember one very special moment. Casals was rehearsing in his little home in Molic-le-Main near Prague. And it was a rehearsal with David Oistrakh and Julius Katchen and Casals playing a Brahms trio.
Not a bad lineup.
Yes, and I was sitting in the floor, like I could almost touch Casals' endpin with my hand. I was just sitting there. I was maybe 13, 14 years old. And I still remember now this sound.
Amazing. Well, it's so interesting because we have, the farther we get in time from the time of Casals, the more mythical and legendary, which are two overused words, but those are two words that you really can't apply to Casals. The more mythical and legendary the man becomes. And then you have this experience as a 13-year-old sitting there, reaching out with your hands, and there's the cello, there's the end pin. Talk about the impression the music making had on you, even if you take away who it was, but with the cello playing, the sound itself. What was so special about it?
I mean, you have these three masters there, but I have to say that the two other masters were just not following, but very paying a lot of attention on every single Casals sign or mood, moving, and the feeling I had was like having a big tree there with very deep roots, and the sound coming from these roots up to the tree and up to the Brahms was listening up there. Of course, you can have recordings of Casals. You can listen to recordings, which I recommend to many young people that they don't listen to all recordings. But this sound was so special. You couldn't say it's a cello sound. It's a voice. It's a very deep voice coming from the center of the earth and spreading beauty, and I wouldn't say beauty, spreading truth all over.
Indeed, it seems to me that the style of music making today, here we are talking in 2024, is quite different, to use a mild term, than the style of music making that Casals, the world, the aesthetic musical world that Casals inhabited. What do you think? I mean, maybe you're not a historian, but what's your analysis of the changes that happened in taste and in execution that you can be, here we are, just say 50, 60 years after Casals, and a completely different world we inhabit musically?
Yeah, I think we have a little bit more of, Spielberg movies on the music, which I adore Spielberg movies for the special effects, but in music, I mean, I would recommend young people to listen to Casals, to listen to Oistrakh, to listen to Rubinstein, to Dino Lipati, to Victoria de Los Angeles, who was a good friend of mine. He used to say to me, "Oh, Luis, you have a wonderful legato." And I said, "Victoria, I have a wonderful legato because I'm listening to you singing." These things, they are so inspiring. And you had the feeling that they didn't need to add so many makeup to the music. This is what I call the truth, the looking for the truth. The truth, maybe we never find it, but looking for the truth, looking for, I also would call it simplicity. I heard Urtak teaching a Beethoven sonata, cello and piano, the number 4, do, di, do, do. And he said, why don't you start more simple? Simple doesn't mean like, but simple, like trying to go beyond our feelings.
Very difficult opening to play simply that particular Beethoven.
Of course, yeah, but simplicity is not easy.
Yeah,
it's much easier to play, to add there something, a lot of vibrato, or I don't know, to find the simplicity that catches you, that takes you, and you cannot stop listening till the end. Yeah. A few minutes ago, we were listening to this Casals Tartini recording. You cannot find anything more simple than that, but you see, for 4.5 minutes, you are listening to that voice. Wow, and when it ends, you have the feeling that you are better than 4 minutes before. You're a better person. you have learned something. It's like when you read a good poetry, or you see a special movie or a good book. You finish and you have the feeling that you have added something to your person, to your behavior, to your soul,
Yeah.